Hi, Pengyous. This is Francis Wilson. We're going to talk about three Pengyou values that are very relevant within our chapter and some of the foundations of how we communicate and take action within our chapter. So, our three values within our team and organizational leadership structure are transparency, agency, and sustainability. And like I said, these three aspects or values play a key role in how we communicate with our team, with public, how we take action within our team or individually. These values were defined and identified in spring 2016 with me and then Hua Xiaoke or Kate Hua, and are values that we now very much live and work by. Project Pengyou as an international organization relies on these values, these three values, plus more, to function and to make this movement happen on a global scale. So you might ask, how did our chapter identify and embrace these values? We understood that our leadership structure at the very beginning had one president, me, and about four other people underneath me. We found out that this is what we call a dot leadership structure. So this means one person is at the top, and then there are people, people, people. So it works in a tier hierarchical system. And this is effective in many ways because action can be taken from the top to the bottom quickly and not consulted with technically. But we ran into a lot of communication issues. We ran into a lot of action issues, programming issues, and also recording issues, trying to remember what programs we've done, how we went about doing them. We went out to fight dot leadership, and thus we created our new equilateral structure, which is located in your LTM descriptions below in an image. We embrace these three aspects, transparency, agency, and sustainability, so that we can look beyond ourselves as leaders, but also embrace our roles in order to create good, intentional action that will be sustainable and honest and real. So I want to dive really quickly into these three values. The first, transparency. A lot of you might not understand in a professional setting what transparency means. And that's fine because I just learned this past year. Transparency is about being honest and being real, upfront, but in a positive and respectful way. For an example, I might make a mistake and I might be working with my teammate on a project. Well, if I'm being transparent, I'm going to tell my teammate that I made this particular mistake. I'm going to be honest up front. I'm not going to make excuses. I'm going to be real with them. A lot of times within the Project Pengyou chapter, we run into language barriers. And it's very important that if we don't understand what another person is saying, what they're meaning, or where they're coming from, we want to make sure that we go like, I'm sorry, I don't really understand what that means. Could we work into that a little bit? A good team works well with others being real for the right intentions. So don't be mean, be supportive and affirmative, positive, and maintain a great picture, the greater picture of teamwork. That's transparency. Agency is about taking action with intent, but also acting often. So this means that you think before you act, or strategy, but don't let thought or planning prevent your action. The two must work alongside each other. Agency is your ability to act with purpose or intent. Without purposeful action, nothing will ever be accomplished. That's agency. Sustainability is encapsulated in this beautiful saying called, on your first day, envision or plan for your last. This means that we must act with the intent of making your movement, every single action, your outcome, sustainable or lasting. By acting sustainably, we spread our mission over time and give it deeper meaning, deeper context, and deeper relevance. In everything, even within this LTM, sustainability was considered. In how we work a lot as a team, as a chapter, and as an international organization, sustainability is key. Could you give one example within this LTM of an item that's made with a sustainable mindset? And number two, what other value, if you were to add another one to these three main values of our chapter, what other value would you add that you have seen play an apparent role within our chapter leadership and organizational structure, if you've noticed it?